Look who's back. And look who's black. I'm back and I'm black.
And I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Say it loud. I'm back and I'm proud. Yeah, man. I love it. I love it. This is a good time. This is a good time, X. Good time for us, man. I like to say, let me extend this, to you. Let me extend this to Timmy. And let me extend to all the people out there listening, whether you are or not. Happy, snappy Black History Month to you. It's like there's no saying for like, hey, happy Black History Month, right? Like there's no saying for it, but we know what it is. If you know, right? Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Happy Black History Month to my good brothers and sisters, my African queens and my Nubian kings. Black on and prosper.
All that. I love it. And it's just a really good month right now. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, if you saw the title card of this here review, you know what we're here for, man. It's a celebration. It is a celebration.
Brave New World.
Oh, dude.
Is that what it is? It's a brave new world.
A brave new world, man. And this inspires hope. Here's the thing. Just as, and you can say what you want to say about it. I mean, we don't get political on here, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff here, but let's just call it what it is. It's that in our lifetime, we were able to see a black president. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter about the percentage of black in whatever. The man looked black. He looked like somebody I know, grew up with, or however. So to see that and then to flip that to seeing a black Captain America when we already know Isaiah Bradley, told him in The Falcon and Winter Soldier, they will never let Captain America be black. Well, Isaiah, you were wrong, because guess what? We are here now. We started from the bottom, now we're here. All right, and we got a black Captain America on the screen.
Don't
man.
sue us.
Say don't sue us. Yep, for real, right? I know that. I see what you did there. Hi, Drake. No, but
they love to sue.
They love to sue. And coming off the heels of what I feel like was a great halftime Super Bowl show. Now, for a lot of people out there, they don't understand it. He wasn't necessarily talking to them, so therefore they didn't understand it. But I heard you out there, K-Dot. I heard you, brother. And thank you very much for being brave in this brave new world. There's a lot of bravery going on right now, as a matter of fact. So that just plays off into this.
Especially in this new world that we have. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, man. So Okay. So, we had to start off that, y'all know what we are, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta give the shout outs. But with all that aside, I know that we have other ethnicities that tune in and that are down for the cause, that down for Marvel, and they just want to see a really, really good movie. And we're here to tell you, was that delivered? Did Marvel deliver on the promise of, hey, we got another one for you? Sam is amazing, and we think that he, carries that mantle very well. So we went to go find out for you, all right? And if you know what it is, can't nobody review it the way we do it. So we had to come in here, man, and let you know what we think about Captain America: Brave New World. Now,
way to school, you youngins. Put y'all on game.
Put them on game, bro. Let them know what it is.
That's what it's called. We put them on game.
You know what I'm talking about? So, without further ado, of course, y'all know. I mean, I know it's been a while since y'all have heard this, but y'all know the format. Y'all know how we do this thing. We can't start this off without my man, X-A-Million, you know what I'm saying, doing what he does, Now, before we do that real quick, X, I got to just give a quick little shout out, you know what I'm saying? Now, one, for our residential, graphic designer, you know what I'm saying, swagged out, coolest person out there, you know what I'm saying? Bree 40 Millie.
Bowdy!
Yeah, shawty. Yeah, we see you out there. We see you out there, Bree. We know. In what is it? It's the 16th today. So we know in 3 more days it is your birthday. No doubt. As of this recording.
Brisky way, Fowdy.
Yeah, shawty. You know what I'm talking about?
Shawty.
Happy birthday to you, man. For real. Happy birthday. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? And many more. Thank you for all you do for this channel. And then one more shout out. You know, we got to do this. One of our faithful listeners out there. You know what I'm saying? Been listening from you've been A1 since day one. You know what I'm talking about? So, Rusty the Ruster. Hey man, I'm very proud of you, man. I'm very happy for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had some very good news recently. You know what I mean? And all I'm gonna say is, I can see clearly now. No, you know what it is. That's an inside joke, man. But listen, we proud of you, man, and we're so happy for you, man, for real.
Salute, Rusty. Salute.
No doubt. And it happened right in time for you to see Captain America. So this is perfect.
You can come join this brave new world with us.
Join us, Rusty. But yeah, man, all good, man. So, okay. Shout outs aside, Xamillion, man, can you please hit us off with a little bit of that bean footage?
Welcome to a brave new world.
You asked for me. Here I am. You want to help me? Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful. What do we know?
There were 5 shooters. This was a coordinated terrorist attack, sir.
I was a wartime general. Now I'm a wartime president. Your inner circle's been compromised. Let me fix it. Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not. Wait for it. We're on the brink of war. I can't trust anyone. Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Someone's been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest?
I don't want a variable out there that I can't control.
Stop!
Captain America caught without his wings.
You like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap?
You don't even know what this is.
Since when were they red?
You want me? Come and get me!
Yeah, shawty.
Yeah, buddy. Buddy.
You know, as soon as I'm seeing that, right? I'm listening to the trailer, I'm looking at the trailer, and I'm like, wow, man, it's really good. But you know, again, it's that trailer suffers from what the other ones do too, where it's like, oh, okay, that wasn't in the movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, the whole, and I'm waiting for it too, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was waiting for that scene, like, you're no Steve Rogers, and he's like, you're right, I'm not. I'm like, he didn't even say it. He didn't even say it in the movie. Dog. I was like, ugh. So that one I would say was a little disappointing because I like that line. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not him.
They definitely should have kept that.
They should have kept that, dog. Like that's, whatever. I should
that man confidence.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's what I'm talking about because it just really let him know. Like, I know I'm not him, and I ain't trying to be him. I'm me. I'm Sam Wilson, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's the thing. But that's the prologue throughout the film, though. Oh, why didn't I? You know, and we get into it. Why didn't I take? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that?
Why didn't I do that? Yep. but because he didn't need to, he's his own person. So, okay, all right. So, thank you very much for providing that Bean footage, my brother. You do it so eloquently. Okay,
as always.
You know, and I know, get everybody do it like you, bro. Okay, so for you that are tuning in and you didn't look at the trailers or you don't know what's going on with Captain America, there are actually some people out there that don't know that Captain America is black. You know what I'm saying? They don't know any of that stuff because they're just not Marvel, you know, fans like that. So, fortunately for them, we are. So we're gonna let you know right now.
We're black too, but we're also Marvel fans is what we're trying to say.
Period. Exactly. Marvel fans at heart. Period. Okay, so here we go. Here's the synopsis. If you want to know what's going on, Sam Wilson. Okay, Sam Wilson, who was the Falcon in the previous Marvel movies, he has become Captain America. This happened in the Falcon and Winter Soldier Marvel TV series on Disney Plus. Okay, and so where we are now, Sam finds himself in the middle of an international incident after meeting with President Thaddeus Ross. He must soon discover the reason behind a nefarious global plot before the true mastermind has the entire world seeing red. And if you saw the trailer, you would see that wink of seeing red. You know what that's about. Okay, yeah. This is good stuff, man. I'm ready to really dive in this, but of course, you know, just, you know, how we format this thing. We got to go through this cast real quick and get everybody up on what's going on. But before we do that, we want to let you know this movie was released on February 14th.
Valentine's Day to all the lovers. You know,
it was a Valentine's gift to us. You know what I'm saying, to the world. And this was directed by Julius Onah. And Julius Onah is a black director. You can look him up and you'll see his previous work out there. My man has done some things. Now, keep in mind if you know about Marvel doesn't bring you in unless you have, you know, some credible work. You see what I'm saying? Like you.
Oh, absolutely. Like you got at least a little bit of a track record.
Yeah.
You know, that they can pull you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I think the most popular one he did was the Cloverfield Paradox. You know, yeah. So he is a Nigerian.
He was in Trouble too. I think was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't catch that one. But he is a Nigerian American filmmaker. He has directed the films The Girl in Trouble, The Cloverfield Paradox, Loose, and Captain America: Brave New World. So, okay. Now moving on to this cast that we have. We all know that leading off this cast, you know what I'm saying, just because of, you know, the work that he has put in, is my man Harrison Ford. Okay, you know, and we all know. If you don't know who Harrison Ford is and what he has done, then you have been under a rock. Okay, you have definitely been under a rock.
Not only that, but you know, you've been out of caves. You've been out of a lot of things. Y'all just taking yourselves out of, it seems like, you know.
Yes.
Y'all don't go on a lot of adventures.
Yes, exactly. And what I would say too is what is cool for this, I mean, because this is his second time, as far as I know. I mean, unless I'm missing it, but this is his second time playing the president, and we know his most famed role was Air Force One. You know, he was a president that got his hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? He
dirty.
I'm talking about, bro.
He was in the mud.
I'll be for real. You know what I mean? So, if you've never seen Air Force One, please go back and check that out. It's an excellent movie. Next up, we got Anthony Mackie playing Sam Wilson, Captain Sam Wilson, the star of this movie. Next up, we got Shira Haas. You know, she's a Black Widow agent, ex Black Widow agent who is now like the right hand person to Thaddeus Ross when it comes to his security detail. Next, my man Giancarlo Esposito. And I mean, you know, I know when I'm saying that name, people are like, who? All I got to do is say one name and y'all would know. And I'm gonna let my boy X say that name. Who is this really, bro? Who do we know him as?
Oh, you talking about Mr. Fring? Talking about Gus Fring? Yeah, that's who I know that man as.
Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, baby.
And that's who he was in this movie.
That's who he was still Gus.
He tapped into an old persona. Said, I still got it.
He will, you know how some people just get pigeonholed to a role, you know what I'm saying? But it's good for him though, man, because Gus was just that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He was so much that dude they had to put him in Better Call Saul. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was a bad boy. But he's playing the character Sidewinder, okay, from the comics. This next character, I was so happy to see her on screen again, especially with this Liv Tyler, Dr. Betty Ross. You know, they brought her back from The Incredible Hulk. And I want to make mention too that Harrison Ford is taking over the role from William Hurt, who unfortunately passed on us, and he was originally playing Thaddeus Ross in The Incredible Hulk movie, which was the second official MCU movie.
Yep.
And we also have Tim Blake Nelson. If we keep going down, we got Tim Blake Nelson, who in that movie he was codenamed Mr. Blue, but he was the person that was trying to help Bruce Banner, you know, cure the Hulk.
Find a cure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next over, if we keep going down, we got my boy Carl Lumbly, who is playing Isaiah Bradley. You know, and let's see. Then we got, I don't know how to spell her name.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, you know, you know. I mean, like again, and we're going to explain this, but he came from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Okay. Now I don't know how to pronounce her name, this sister here, but she was a Secret Service agent who was affiliated with Sam Wilson. She was his inside person. I want to say Osha Rockmore. And she did her thing. I think she played a really good part, as a matter of fact. So I was like, okay, cool.
And we do apologize. Absolutely. If we did fumble that name.
I'm pretty sure.
Much respect. You did a great job in the role. Phenomenal.
Absolutely. What he said. Takiro Hira played Prime Minister of Japan. And he did his thing as well. I like this character also, you know, because he was not bowing down to the president. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I ain't trying to hear all that, bro. Okay. Here we go, bro. Ready to dive in. Love it. Okay, so that's the cast, man. Those are the main people that you watch out for in this movie. Okay. All right. Now, starting off, I gotta say, once again, I was really happy for Anthony Mackie. The first time I even seen Anthony Mackie, you know, I saw him in 8 Mile, you know, and I was like, okay, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, first time seeing him though, I'm like, okay, let me see. But he's going against, you know, Eminem, you know what I'm saying, in these rap battles. Yeah, doing his thing, man. And you know, I was like, okay, you know, put it this way. He played such a role that I'm like, he made me notice him. And then after that, you know, I started seeing him in more things and more things. And I'm like, okay, this dude is all right. So it only made sense to get him into the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Because he had definitely been holding it down.
He's come a long way from Clarence. So let's just say
I know. You know. And Clarence's parents have a real nice marriage.
Have a real nice, you know what I'm saying? They had a real nice marriage. Because look at what that marriage did for Clarence. Look at what he is now. He's Captain America.
Exactly. Come on now. Exactly. What was his name in that 8 Mile movie? Do you remember? Off top? Papa Doc. That's his name.
Papa Doc.
Papa Doc. Yes, thank you, Timmy, the producer. Papa Doc, man.
That's our producer.
Yeah.
Helped us out on that one. Papa Doc, aka Clarence.
Yeah. Long way from Papa Doc. But again, when he got on the screen though, you knew like, okay, this dude has some charisma. You know what I'm saying? He held it down. I mean, he was the villain of that movie, and he held it down. You know what I'm saying? He looked official. You know. So I've been, you know, checking for him, you know what I'm saying, ever since then. He's been in a lot of little stuff. The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon. He's been in a lot of stuff, man, where he held down his role. And so it just makes sense. It's like, you know, kids, if you're out there listening, you set some goals, you set off to do something, and you see it all the way through all your adversities. Doesn't matter your race, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just, keep God first, keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and this could happen to you. You too, one day could be Captain America.
Everything will come to you in due time. What's meant for you will always be for you. Don't you ever forget that.
Absolutely.
And it just so happened that in Clarence's near future was Falcon, who grew into Captain America.
Straight up. So, I'm just really, really happy for him, and I do think he's a good dude. So,
and he deserves it. He deserves it.
He definitely deserves it.
He works his butt off. He nails his roles. Consistency is always the key.
Exactly, that part. So yeah, man. So coming into this, I was already just happy to see him do his thing. And then my whole thing was just give him a good script, because of course, what we always hear about Marvel movies now is reshoots, and the test screening, and the audience didn't like it, and you know what I'm saying, all this stuff there. So
shout out Mahershala Ali, man.
Oh man, I know, dog.
We gonna get that script.
We gonna get that,
together. We gonna get it together, man.
We gonna get that Blade, dog.
Black History Month, I gotta speak it into existence. We gonna get that. We gonna get it together. We need to see that.
Blade 2026. That's what you're saying. Blade 2026. Let's go.
27, maybe. In between the Avenger movies.
No doubt. So yeah, man. So I just had to give the boy his flowers real quick. Thank you, Anthony Mackie. You know what I'm saying? You're holding it down. So
absolutely.
Going into this, okay, real quick recap. I'm giving the quickest recap, real quick. Okay, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Let's do it.
We know that we was coming off Avengers and everything like that. We know at the end of Endgame that he was, spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert, okay? If you haven't seen it.
Big spoiler. Big spoiler.
Yes.
Big spoiler. Get out of here now.
Get out of here now. We're talking Endgame stuff right now, okay? Okay, cool. At the end of Endgame, we know that Captain America, Steve Rogers, came back as old Steve Rogers and passed on the shield to Sam Wilson. Not Bucky, not his homeboy from the 1940s and 30s, whatever. He passed it on to Sam Wilson. And Sam was conflicted. He even said, "No, it feels like somebody else. It feels like it doesn't belong to me." He's like, "Well, no, it does belong to you. You are the guy. You're that dude." And that's what the Falcon and Winter Soldier series was pretty much all about. Him just coming to terms with Steve chose you.
Terms with the fact that now what do I do with this responsibility? Am I worthy that Steve chose me?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. And
what do I do with this responsibility?
And does my race determine, define me as this person, and will they accept me and all this? Which I will say, man, is something that a lot of black people who get roles or whatever that other people have held, they feel that immediately, like, oh my God, they're not going to accept me, or da da da. And you have to power through that. You have to take that out your mind, just like, you know what, I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm gonna make this my role, So that was his battle, internal battle and external, with people out there not feeling like he should have it, right? So and keep in mind, he didn't take the serum. Now Steve Rogers, on the other hand, took the serum. And Steve Rogers, now let's just say this, let me just be real about this. Had Steve Rogers not taken that serum, he would have been as small as that Black Widow agent in this movie. And yeah,
all right, man.
That movie, no, bro, that movie would have lasted 10 minutes. Okay, that movie would have lasted 10 minutes.
I mean, you think about it, by the time he took the serum, it was about at least half an hour, 45 minutes to the movie. So they BS'd it long enough.
Yeah, long enough.
He took that serum.
But
once he took the serum, that's when it kicked into gear.
Exactly. Had he not taken that, it would have been done. That movie would have been a clip. You know what I'm saying? He would have been able to pick up that shield. All right. He was a small dude. So let's just put that on out there first, that he took a serum and he became the super jacked up Captain America. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. It's all good. However you got to get there, that's cool. Sam Wilson, on the other hand, didn't take a serum. He's just, you know what I mean, all natural, what he is. You see what I'm saying? And doing the best that he can. So I went into this movie with that in mind, that this man didn't take any concoctions, didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? He just has the heart of a Captain America. You see what I'm saying? And to me, I think that's what Steve embodied, was the reason they gave him the serum, because he had the heart. He didn't have the physicality, you know what I'm saying, as other people. However, that scientist told him, like, look, I want you because your heart you know what I'm saying, is pure. You know, I don't want the other guys. This is basically, the serum will do one or two things. If you're good, it's going to turn you, you know, to great. If you're bad, it's going to turn you to worse. So he chose the right person. And that's why Steve, look, you don't see the similarities in that, bro. Steve literally did the same thing that scientist did. He was like, Sam, you have the heart though. Forget all this other stuff. You have the heart and you deserve to be Captain America. And like I said, that's what the whole series was about. And we know, spoiler alert, by the time, you know, we got to the end of it, he went ahead and just said, you know what, I'm Captain America. And, you know, Bucky, since Bucky got the inside, you know what I'm saying, track with the Wakandans, you know what I'm saying, he went and got him the souped up suit, you know what I'm saying, the vibranium suit, you know, with the wings, with everything. And one thing I will say, bro, is that he did change. He was like, I'm not wearing that mask anymore. You know, he had the whole mask coming up the side, covering the ears thing and all that, which, you know, it was cool, but yeah. Nah, it still looked like Falcon. So he got rid of that for this movie.
It looked pretty uncomfortable too.
It did. It looked like the first Batman suit when he couldn't turn his neck. You know what I'm saying? So stiff neck. So.
That's a good analogy.
So,
good analogy right there.
So he got rid of that, and coming into this movie, bro, like I said, I was already proud of him for that. You know, hey man, this is all natural dude. He's just trying to do what's right for everybody, not for black people. He wasn't trying to be a black Captain America for black people. He was trying to be Captain America for all people, not even just Americans. You know, even though it's Captain America, he's fighting for the world, and we like that about Mr. Sam Wilson. So. We in it now, baby. We in it. So we caught up. Now, the other thing I will say is that I think you and I talked about this, but yeah, man, is that I personally believe that Incredible Hulk, the first Incredible Hulk movie, is essential to really understanding what this movie is, because there's so many references to that movie, from Thaddeus Ross to Betty Ross to the main antagonist of this movie. You know what I'm saying? Which I won't put out there to spoil it. However, he's in here. He was in the Incredible Hulk, and so it's I think it's imperative that people watch it, because it's almost Incredible Hulk Part 2. You know what I'm saying? With just a red Hulk instead of a green Hulk. And I was glad that I watched it right before, because it just really got me back up on everything that was going on. So just keep that in mind, you guys, if y'all listening to this review, that the Falcon and Winter Soldier and the Incredible Hulk basically pick up, this movie picks up like right after those series. And so I was up on it, man. I was up on my game. You know what I'm saying? I was ready. And I went into this like, okay, let's see what you got. And to me, man, I'm just going to start off saying, bro, the whole espionage thing, like they try to kind of have it like a little bit of the Captain America Winter Soldier. It didn't quite hit that mark exactly, but it was so close as far as the intrigue and, you know what I'm saying, all the cloak and dagger stuff and all that stuff there. For people that didn't know who was who, they go into this movie not knowing who's who, they won't know what's going on toward the end. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, okay, got you. But I think we all kind of knew. It wasn't really so much of a surprise to me, because I knew who the players were. But that's no fault on them. I'm all into this Marvel stuff, so I went in prepared. But for people who would just go in and say, all right, let's see what this Captain America stuff is about, I think they won't know what's going on until toward at least the third act. You know. What do you think about that, X?
So from your recollection, you feel as though it doesn't do a good job of kind of explaining what's going on unless you have the prior knowledge of what's going on?
I would say they don't just spell everything out for you. Like if you went into it without watching those other movies, you wouldn't know. When I say what's going on, that's not a bad thing. You wouldn't know who's who until the third act, when they kind of start revealing, you know what I'm saying, like what everybody's motivation is. And that's not a bad thing. For me, I knew already what was going on just because I'm heavy off into this Marvel life. You feel what I'm saying? I watched the movies before, all that stuff there. So I went in super prepared. I'm talking about the people who not really Marvel, fans like that. If they just went in to watch a movie, I think they did a really good job of hiding the motivations, you know what I'm saying, and the motives of people in that movie. Like, you didn't really know what was going on with Thaddeus Ross. You didn't really know what was going on with the antagonist of the movie. You know what I'm saying? The bad guy per se. Until the end. You know what I'm saying? I already knew because I knew who was who. You see what I'm saying? Going in from those other.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? So
I think I believe that's not an upscale take. That's not too far fetched of a take as well either. I do feel like at certain points it does get to a point where, you can follow what's going on, but I believe you're right about that option. I think they don't. If you don't already know the background of Thaddeus Ross, you don't know why this is going on, why so-and-so ain't talking to him. You don't know why he went from this to this. You don't know why. Then, yeah, I can see it. You might even... But I don't think you get lost in what's going on. If you're just watching it, I think it's a good watch because you can still kind of... You get inclinations about certain things. You get maybe, okay, this person might be so-and-so, or you can kind of start feeling the tea leaves throughout. But I agree with you when you say you probably won't get it until the end. Oh, right. He's had with so-and-so when they do start explaining that stuff to you. So I agree.
Yeah. And that's what we want. That was the Captain America Winter Soldier. You didn't really know who was, pulling the strings until, toward the third act. And that's good. That's how espionage kind of movie should be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they were going for. They were going for the cloak and dagger type of thing. And I think they pulled it off. It's just that for me, it would have been hard to kind of fool me just because I know who's who and I know what their motivations are. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff from the comments. So I will say for Marvel fans who've just been locked in, this won't surprise you, but you will have fun, I think, seeing how they put it all together, which I think was done very well, to be honest with you. Now, here's another thing I want to make sure that I mention. Even though this is technically Captain America 4, the fourth movie in the Captain America run, we're starting over with a new Captain America, and this Captain America has his right to have a beginning. You know what I'm saying? To have an origin per se. Steve Rogers had an origin. And his first movie wasn't all that in the sense of like people like, oh my God, especially coming after Iron Man and all that. It was a timepiece. It was set in the 1930s, 1940s or something like that. It was a timepiece. So for people who don't want to see old timey stuff and don't understand, things like that or whatever before television was, invented or or whatever was going on, then they were like, what is this, right? So there were some people who was speaking negatively about that one. They was like, oh, it was a little boring and da-da-da-da-da, right? Well, this is Sam Wilson's origin story as Captain America. He has the right to build up to the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Or the Winter Soldier and all that stuff there. You feel me? So for people going in like, well, it wasn't good as Civil War. It wasn't supposed to be. This is Sam Wilson's origin. You know what I'm saying? Let him build up to it. Let him get an Avengers team together. You see what I'm saying? So I went into it with that.
Yeah, not every origin story is Iron Man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to let these things build. We got to let them slow cook. I do feel like they took a lot from the series, though. As you said, this is the fourth installment in this series, but this is a brand new series.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yep.
So it's an origin story, but I do think it took from its predecessors a little bit. I think it took from Winter Soldier. I think it took a plot line from Civil War, even with having someone trying to divide and conquer pretty much and pit people against each other.
Yep.
And like you said, the espionage of all that, I do think it borrowed from its predecessor movies to help develop this brand new story for Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Exactly. So yeah, that's how I felt about it, bro. And I'm glad they did it that way. They didn't need to pick up literally right after Steve Rogers, because once it, like Harrison Ford said, you're no Steve Rogers, and he's like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, let him have his own story. So I was really happy with the way they were handling that. And throughout the movie, man, it was fun watching him now be like, I am Captain America, whether y'all like it or not. Because before watching him in Falcon, you're like, come on, man, just be it, man. You know what I'm saying? But now he's like, I'm Captain America. Y'all don't have to like it. But what was cool was you're seeing other people now approach him. Hey, what's up, Cap? Hey, what's up, Cap? Hey, Captain America. There's no like, hey, the black Captain America, or there's no like, well, you're not Steve Rogers. Not the whole way through. I mean, Thaddeus Ross said it, but nobody else was like saying it. Everybody else was like, he's Captain America now, whether y'all like it or not.
Else addressed him as Cap.
Exactly.
And he is.
And there were people who were like, I want to kill Captain America. I want to be the one to say I killed Captain America. You see what I'm saying? You know, so they respect him as holding down that mantle. And he's a fun Captain America to me, man, because he's not, I'm not gonna say one-sided, but this captain only had certain things that he could do, right? I mean, you know, he had the strength thing, whatever, right? And then of course he was honorable enough, right? He was worthy enough to pick up Thor's hammer, right? So but that didn't happen until Endgame. Well, this guy here, man, I mean, bro, he can do the shield. He's got the moves, you know what I'm saying? The martial arts. He can fly. He's got the vibranium suit. You feel what I'm saying? This boy got a lot of tools in his bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay.
That part.
That's what I'm talking about.
From Wakanda, the vibranium wings.
Yes, bro. And he's a military strategist.
So fire.
He's a military strategist, dog. You know what I'm saying? He can definitely come up with a plan and put that plan to use. You feel me? Now, what's good about him is that he has a sidekick. You know what I'm saying? He's got the new Falcon. That's Danny Ramirez.
He's got a Joaquin by his side.
That's
brother.
Right.
Which again, you know, shout out to Falcon Winter Soldier. You start seeing that relationship develop pretty much to where it told you where it was gonna go. Yeah. You know, they set up towards the end of the show.
Yep.
With, you know, Sam accepting the mantle, accepting who he is, showing Isaiah, you know, we can be this. We can do this. And then Joaquin stepping in and saying, I'm inspired by this man. I want to be by his side. So
exactly.
He got his number 2.
And shout out to Danny Ramirez, man, for doing it. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really liked his character, dog, because he was
a highlight of the movie to me. I love their dynamic.
Dude,
I love it. I can't wait to see it throughout the rest of this phase and into the next one, because they have a great relationship, kind of like him and Cap did.
Yep.
They had a great little buddy 1-2 punch that was different dynamic than Steve with Bucky.
Exactly, because Sam was more his like comic relief in a sense. You know what I'm saying? He would say the stuff that probably the audience was thinking or whatever. And then now Danny Ramirez, you know what I'm saying, Joaquin Torres, that's exactly what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's the audience's voice in a sense. You feel me? Because he geeks out a little bit, you know, when he sees certain people, right? You know what I mean? And he's just excited to be part of the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? Or at least to have the prospect of being part of the Avengers. And he showed he got heart. That boy he was like, hey, don't worry about it, Cap. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
That boy a dog, man.
What?
He got that dog in him, man.
He do.
I'm telling you, the end of that ending scene in that movie warmed my heart, man. That was just cool. It was a good way to end that movie. You know, y'all will see it when y'all see it.
No doubt. Yeah, I think just so.
Put a cherry on top of their relationship.
Straight up. And you know what's funny too, though? Not only that, kind of reminiscent of what was it in of Winter Soldier or something, when he had the he told him to listen to Trouble Man and all this stuff there, and because Cap was laying up, right? Cap was laying up in the hospital, and your boy Sam came to, you know, had the little Trouble Man list form and all that stuff there. Shout out Marvin Gaye, you know. So it was kind of reminiscent of that to me, you know. So I was like, okay, I see the similarity.
It pulled from his predecessors, man, and tried to encompass it all in this brand new origin story.
Straight up.
We ain't gonna forget where we came from, but we gonna show y'all this new.
No doubt. So it was good stuff, man. Good stuff so far. Like I said, this Black Widow character, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you don't know what her motivations are. I do like the way they started off with her, because you kind of like, she's working for the bad guy, she's with the good guy, and everything like that. So watching her arc and seeing, you know, how she ends up, I thought that was pretty good, you know.
Yeah. Because you get kind of an inclination, like, is she fair? Is she
working
with the bad people?
Right.
And then they explain it. I think they do a good job of kind of helping you meet in the middle.
Yes.
So we can all go forward.
Exactly. And so, okay, you know, my boy Giancarlo, you know what I'm saying? You know, Giancarlo Esposito, you know what I mean? He held it down as a Sidewinder, you know what I'm saying? Now, I will say for him, I would have liked, and I know that the movie was like a little bit under 2 hours. I would have liked to have a little bit more with him. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to have spent a little bit more time. I do not feel like they gave him enough screen time. They gave him some screen time, but I feel like he should have had just a little bit more, dog, because I really liked his character, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he again, another person who doesn't have superpowers, but he was getting with your boy now, bro. He's slick with them with that pistol.
He was, and that's what I love too. The villains matching.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we have a Captain America without a super serum now. So we don't need a Red Skull who has an older version of the serum in him. You know, we don't need that. We got someone who's on par with Sam as he is.
Yep.
Giving him the business.
Yep, giving him the business.
Making us a little bit like, man, is Sam gonna make it?
I know, bro. For real.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was getting with that boy, dog. That's what I was saying. You know what I mean? Like I was right, and you made the perfect point. He matched him. You know what I'm saying? They were matched up. You know, it made sense. Yep. And so, of course, we don't want to spoil anything, but I will say the antagonist, he was good. He was good because I know where he came from. Okay. I would have liked to have seen even a little bit more of his intelligence in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he's known for in the comments. In the comic is being super intelligent. I mean, super intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they showed it a little bit, but there's so much more to him. And I'm hoping if they bring him back, that they really allow him to show exactly how smart he is, because calculations and probabilities.
I feel like they left him more to calculations and probability.
Yeah.
As far versus showing how smart he truly
is.
Because you can map out outcomes, but he left it all up to probability.
Yep.
You know, there was a couple of scenes where we leaned onto that, and obviously statistically he was wrong because I put you in this for this, but but the opposite came. So it's like I feel like it was more or less probability versus him being able to show that intellect like he can in the comics.
Yep.
I do feel like you said, I think he should come back. I think he'll be back, and we'll be in a capacity where we can see that more on display.
Exactly. And so this was hard to really talk about him, y'all, without spoiling. So we're not going to do that, but just know that you will probably feel like you didn't get enough of him in it. You know what I'm saying? And you would have liked to have more, but he's still a good character if you know his origin story from the other movies. I would say I almost spoiled it. So anyway, all good stuff, man. Overall for me, I am definitely feeling Captain America Brave New World. I am happy. Oh my God. And this is not spoiling because they said it's in the trailers. I am so happy that Adamantium rather is out now, because Adamantium means that the X-Men will exist. You cannot have a Wolverine without Adamantium in his body.
Well, there's a specific soldier, that volunteers for this program, as you so eloquently put.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting when we get to there. So yeah, we're starting to lay the seeds for what's to come in the future, and that's where we're excited to get to.
Yes, sir. I mean, we dropping Fantastic Four trailers. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming, y'all. And Feige, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Feige, his thing is just, we know y'all want it. We know y'all want everybody on screen. Just let us make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Let us make it make sense, or else we're going to be DC. So I'm sorry, DC. I had to do it. It's just a little bit of jab. I know James Gunn is going to fix this thing.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though, man. Feige, he's a smart dude. He's working it out in the background. I think the couple of those movies did kind of hurt the internal movies. You know what I'm saying? The other little movies that didn't quite hit. However, they're still canon, and they did their job of introducing certain things. If we didn't have the internals, we wouldn't have Adamantium right now the way we have it, which is through that Celestial poking out of the Earth. Which I'm so glad they finally addressed it, bro, because they hadn't addressed it since the daggone internal movies. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, I feel like we have to pay these things back at some point. You know what I'm saying? You can't drop these films, leave stuff there, go somewhere else, and it's like, especially the way that Celestial is there, it's just hard to ignore that.
Yep.
So it's like the fact that we went completely somewhere else. I'm just glad we're finally back and addressing the actual issues.
Exactly. How do you not address
maybe we
a god?
Maybe we couldn't at the time, but at the same time, we're here now.
Yeah. How do you address this being, godly being, sticking out of the ocean? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody sees this thing, right? So finally, Address is out in the open. Now it's here. You know what I'm saying? So again, I was cool. And speaking of that, just a shout out to the Prime Minister of Japan. You know what I'm saying? We do understand that this was stolen. I mean, they literally said in trailers, you know what I'm saying, that adamantium was stolen. You know what I mean? And this kind of gets everything going. You know. And this is a race. And of course, I mean, this is like with anything discovered, right? Especially that can help mankind or whatever. People, hey, all the countries, they're going for it. You know what I'm saying? So to see them tie that in with that, I thought that was really, really smart, because some of this stuff is kind of mimicking what's going on in our world today. You know what I mean? With all the fighting over all the stuff. So we won't get into that. But I just thought, man, as far as making it grounded in reality, I think they just did a really, really good job of doing that, man. So I'm happy with what I've seen so far, man. And I'm really optimistic about the future of Marvel. I know everybody's like, oh yeah, I don't know, man. Marvel, I don't know. Like, shut up and let them do what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? So
let the chefs cook.
Let them cook. I implore you all to not get so caught up in headlines of what you see on Google and whatever, man. Everybody has a voice and everybody has an opinion. Okay, go see the movie yourself. Come up with your own opinion, and if you don't like it, then don't like it for the right reasons. Don't try to not like it because you prefer the other Captain America over this one, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Just judge it based on it being a good or bad movie. That's the only thing I can implore to you. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. However, yes, for things that we've been through and things that we've seen throughout our lives as Black people, I'm sorry. For anybody that's listening that doesn't agree, I'm sorry. It is great to finally see a Black Captain America, which you just wouldn't think that you would see it on screen, because it still gives little Black kids hope that, hey, wow, I can be a part of the conversation. I can be part of this thing and not feel like, well, you shouldn't be this. You should try to just be a janitor or something. You know what I'm saying? You'll never be president. So that's really good to see. So they've been building up toward this, man, because as you know, and we discussed this before, there have been other Black superheroes out here that they have kind of quietly just, stuck in there, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then they're putting this person out and they're putting that person out. So what we decided to do real quick before we rate this movie, we're just going to go down a quick list of those Black superheroes that are out here that we have seen on screen. Now, keep in mind, between Marvel and DC comic books, there are over 100 Black superheroes and villains, okay? 100. You know what I'm saying? Straight Hundun. And the first one for Marvel was Abraham Brown, introduced in 1974, and DC introduced Black Eagle in 1979. It is said that Marvel has more than DC, but not by much. Now, in the movies and TV shows, Marvel has had over 15 and DC has had over 10. And you know what's funny though? This was funny. You could always tell, like, they needed to let you know, like, Black Eagle, Black Panther, Black, and it's like, come on, stop. You don't need to do all that. Just give them the name. You know what I'm saying? You can see that if this person is Black.
Sam Wilson. Can't they just be Captain America? Can't they just be?
I'm saying. And that's one of the little things in Falcon and Winter Soldier, when he was like, there goes the Black Falcon. He's like, who calls me the Black Falcon? My dad said, you're the Black Falcon. Why? Because I'm Black? He's like, yeah. Oh, so I guess you're what, Black Kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you ain't got to put Black in front of something. It was just him. So I will say, bro, I will read off Marvel. I'll let you do DC. But starting with Marvel, we have Black Panther, which I'm sure y'all all knew about. Luke Cage, okay, which that was a very good series, by the way. War Machine, okay, we know that's Rhodey. Blade, which, arguably, y'all can sound off in the comments if you want to. I would say Blade not only was the first Black one that we just really saw, but he started off this Marvel thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's debatable to some people, but He started off this whole Marvel revolution.
But just so y'all know, I'm on the side that he started it because it's absolutely right.
I'm just saying.
All right. But I mean, y'all got y'all opinions, we got ours, and that's what the comment section for.
Absolutely.
Let it sound off.
Absolutely.
Y'all can say Tony all y'all want.
Yeah, but it's Blade.
That man Blade started it all off.
He started it off, bro. I'm sorry. Listen, we can go history wise. If you look at some of the Captain Americas they tried to start off with, those corny looking ones they had, it ain't work. So they tried Captain America a long time ago. If you really do your history, your research, man. So it didn't hit.
That's why they waited. Hey, that's why they waited till right before the Avengers movie to bring him back.
I'm just saying though. So message. So Storm, we all know Storm. Sam Wilson, who is now the current Captain America. Miles Morales, who we cannot wait to see on screen. And you know, we
bring him on the screen.
Yeah, we talking about some things.
On the screen.
Yeah, we might do cook up a little something ourselves when it comes to Miles Morales. But stay tuned. Nick Fury, Dr. Voodoo, Bishop, Spectrum, who we know as Monica Rambeau, who we saw in the Marvels movie, Night Thrasher, Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, Deathlock from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Isaiah Bradley, who you can catch in the Falcon and Winter Soldier and this Captain America, Patriot, Misty Knight. And if we keep scrolling down, we will see that we also have Dar-Benn, who was in the Marvels, and Black Goliath. Now that was all the roundup of the MCU. I mean, Marvel. So what you got over there for DC, my man?
Gotta start it off with that brother John Stewart, as y'all know, the Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? You know, Hal Jordan. I know y'all got Hal Jordan. But John Stewart was John Stewart before Hal Jordan was like John Stewart.
I'm just saying.
If you know, you know.
You know.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Also, founding member of the Teen Titans, you know what I'm saying? My brother Cyborg, you know, made his way from the little league to the big league, over to the Justice League, you feel me? Representation matters, people, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Mr. Terrific, you know, if you know, you know. He was in the Arrowverse series.
Yep. You
got Steel. You got Deadshot, if you know, you know. He's played by Will Smith. And in the reboot that they made, Idris Elba. We got the Bronze Tiger.
Shout out Michael J. White.
Got to. You know, we got that brother Firestorm, Legends of Tomorrow, if you know, you know. We got the Vixen. We got that brother Black Lightning.
Black Lightning, boy. Hey, that was the show, man. I'm sorry, that was that show, boy.
Black Lightning. Gotta put some oomph on his name, man. You know, he was that guy.
He was that dude.
Of course, you know, we got Simon Baz. And then rounding it out, you know, you got Static, a.k.a. Static Shock. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Hold it down for DC.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. No, I listen. I think that's really good. I mean, like again, like we said, now you do your own research, but there's like over 100 of them out there. So we do exist.
We wasn't gonna give y'all all 100,
right?
we don't got the time for that.
We got the time for that, and y'all don't either. So
do your Googles. We just giving y'all a start base.
That's right.
Somewhere to start.
If you're interested, and if that piques your interest, please look into it, and you will see that we out here. So anyway, all right, y'all. This is what you've been waiting for. You want to know, okay? Y'all said all of this and all that stuff, but just how is the movie? What do you think about the movie? Well, I am going to go ahead and start this on off, brother. I feel like yes, I'm a black man.
Taking the lead just like a Captain America would. Brother. I'm right behind you as your Falcon.
Well, you crazy. So I'm gonna make it short and sweet, bro. Yes, I'm a black man. Okay, let's just get this on out the way. All right, if you haven't noticed, you haven't been able to tell.
What?
Yeah, dog, I'm actually black. I'm black. I'm bliggity black.
That's crazy.
I know, right? For real. Dope. Blame my mom and my daddy. So,
all these shows we did together, man.
So, Yes, I was happy to see that. Why wouldn't I be? Okay, let's get that out the way. Sure, but that wasn't my motivation for going to see this movie. I don't care if he was a green Captain America. I don't care. I'm into Marvel. Period. I'm locked in. So I'm going to see it if it's Marvel. Period. So I was going to see the movie, but I went in non-biased, okay, and just wanted to see a good Captain America movie. We hadn't had one in a while. I was not disappointed at all. I was not disappointed, you know. Now, here's one thing I will say, just a little wink. I told Timmy this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why they wouldn't comb Harrison Ford's hair the whole time in that daggone movie. I had never seen a president in my life with his hair as messy as Harrison Ford's was, bro. It's like they gave him the kind of the buzz cut, you know what I'm saying? Because I know he was military and everything, but at the same time, he was kind of like he just woke up. And I'm like, y'all tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? He never looked like that in Indiana Jones. God, Lee, comb that man hair, bro.
Nah, they take care of him in Indiana.
Yeah, bro. I'm like,
we got to do the same thing, man. Because we got to have Harrison Ford looking like Harrison Ford, man.
Yes.
And if we could keep it a bean, man, you know, when he, you know what I'm saying, when the Hulk is on the screen, it looks like the best hair job, you know what I'm saying? And they really, you know, they got him looking like a full head of hair.
Yep.
Real young, real, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like Harrison Ford deserved that same respect.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's all. At the dye job, his hair was black completely.
Exactly. And so I just don't know why they wouldn't at least put some mousse in his hair or something, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know,
a little volume, lift it up a little bit.
Something. A little, you know, Prel, little head and shoulders, something, man. But anyway, I digress. Okay. hair pieces and hairstyles aside. It was good to see him still doing his thing. I love that he seemed excited about it, because anytime you heard him talking about Star Wars, it just seemed like he just really did not want to go back to Han Solo or whatever, you know what I mean? But I loved seeing him in this. He seemed excited. He seemed like a kid again. I loved hearing Anthony Mackie's interviews about how cool Harrison Ford is and how down to earth he is. So I was really happy with all that. I feel like everybody played their part. Even people that I didn't know about too much, they came in and did their thing. As far as the espionage, you know, feel of this movie, I feel like they hit the mark with that. You know, for, again, people who don't know what's going on, they just come in watching the movie, they will not know what's going on to the third act. Very, very pleasantly surprised about the way this flowed. I think that Anthony Mackie did a great job of holding it down against all adversities of people who thought, oh, he shouldn't be in this role and da 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 da. And from what we can tell you from right now is, so far, the numbers vary, but overall it's pretty much between 180 million and 192 million globally. But as far as the U.S. domestically, we are over $100 million when they were shooting for 90 million. So congratulations to all you out there, Julius Ona, Anthony Mackie, Kevin Feige, all the people that was involved with this movie that did their thing. Great job. Salute to you on President, you know what I'm saying, for President's Day is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you for holding it down and you know, doing what everybody thought you wouldn't be able to do. So very proud of y'all. I feel like this movie, oh yeah, easily. I am going to definitely give this movie I will give it a 89. I'll give it 89. It has a few little flaws in it for me. You know what I'm saying? Just a few, not a lot of them. It has a few, so I have to be a critic in a sense and give it an 89. I mean, a 8.9. I'm like right up under 9. I'm right up under there, man. But just because, you know, hey, I'm a movie reviewer. It's not a perfect movie. There are some things I'm like, I can see the cuts. I can see where probably the reshoots happened at. And I'm like, okay, I can see that. But that's movies, man. You know, it's hard to get a perfect score if you're going to be for real about it. You know what I'm saying? They missed the mark on a couple of little things. Again, like we said, the antagonist, they could have fleshed him out a little bit better. And like X said, they could have showed his superpower, in a sense, a little bit more. So there we go. So 8.9 for me.
And if you give it anything lower during Black History Month, you're racist.
I know, right? I know, but that's to let y'all know I'm not biased just because he's black and I'm just gonna give it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm a movie reviewer, and that's what I'm gonna do. So, what you got?
And let me be honest with y'all right here, right now. If y'all didn't know too, I am black as well. 100% thoroughbred. I know, shocker, but at the end of the day, I was happy to see another black man hold a lead role in a film. Okay, cool. We got that out the way. Happy for that. Let's get to the actual movie.
Let's go.
If I look at it from my Marvel eyes, this movie's great. It's phenomenal. It takes you to places. You know, it leaves you wondering and guessing, which is good because you're anticipating something, but it curves you to something else. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the aspect of, I love, you know me, I'm a sucker for character development. So Ross coming from where he was to where he is, and him really trying, but like still gotta, him having that struggle to say, man, I can't, but I got to. Yeah. And then how everything developed throughout the film. A+. Anthony Mackie held it down. Danny held it down. Everybody did a great job on their character work. Now, where the other aspect comes in is a point that you actually brought up earlier, Price. The casual moviegoers who are just like, okay, here's another Marvel film at theaters. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll go check it out. For them is where my critiques come in. Because you always got to treat things. Yes, you're satisfying the audience of who puts the money in y'all pocket, butts and seats. You're here for them, but for the casual moviegoer, you need to be able to tell them, if you've never seen this before, what's going on. And I feel like being able to come in late and tell them, versus sprinkling it out throughout so we can at least get a little bit of nuggets to kind of figure it out, is what makes me bring my score down a little bit from making it a perfect movie. So yeah, like you said, Price, it's not a perfect movie, but as far as origin stories go for Sam Wilson's Captain America, it's a great movie. Therefore, I leave y'all at a 9. I leave y'all at a 9. That's where I'm at. I know you're right there on the cusp. But for me, I'm at a 9. It's not enough for me to ding it, because although I do come from a world where I understand what's going on, I've seen the films, I can keep up with it. I gotta appeal to the other people who are just casually seeing these as they go, not even following or caring about what the main storyline of what's going on is. Also, I'm real excited to see Sam's new task. We didn't get to touch on it because y'all will see that when y'all see the movie. When y'all know what I'm talking about, come back in these comments and we can conspire together on what that's gonna look like.
Exactly, because he does have a task ahead of him.
He has a new task that he's willing to embrace now, so I'm interested to see how that unfolds. So a 9 for me and an 8.9 for my brother Price, which leaves us at an average of 8.95.
That's right.
So, again, yes, we are two black men who are happy to see a black man, Anthony Mackie, lead the helm as Captain America. But please do yourself a service and don't listen to, even though we want you to come listen to our reviews specifically, but don't listen to the Rotten Tomatoes, the popcorn scores. Don't listen to the propaganda of the film and what they're trying to tell you and mislead you to say everybody's saying it's a 5, it's a 2. Don't listen to that. If you're genuinely curious about these trailers and you said that looks interesting to me, I didn't know the Hulk was red just like the trailer says, and you want to go see this, watch it. Do yourself the service of actually watching it. Formulate your own opinion, your own understanding. If it piques your interest to where I'm gonna go back, and the movies that Price mentioned earlier that get you ready for this film, you want to go back and watch those so it can kind of make sense to you. Do it. Do yourself the service. It's available for us. The resources are there. Just enjoy a good film because it's a good film. Simple as that.
Yep. Well said, my man. And like you were saying, this new Captain America has a new task, right? But no mask. And, shout out to Anthony because, as you're talking about seeing a black man hold down his role, this is a black man who has no controversy surrounding him. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, no baby oil, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up a good dude, you know what I mean, who's been holding it down.
That's still my king, though. That's still my king.
Right. Oh, that's still my king. Now shout out to Jonathan Majors, man, because you talking about resilience for real, you know what I'm saying, going through stuff and holding it down, and with the rumors that Marvel might bring him back. Now, if y'all know anything about Marvel, if y'all seen him, Marvel's pretty smart. Yes, people, oh man, they just fired him or whatever. They did the same thing to James Gunn. When you get a lot of drama going on, they have to dissociate themselves from you and let you get through what you're going through. And then once the air clear, because this is what happens every time. People, oh my God, you need to fire him. And then you know what happens? Then something else will happen, and they'll be like, oh my God, you need to do this. And then they totally forgot about this other thing. And then Marvel will quietly bring them on back and they'll make a good movie, and then everybody's happy again. Almost like it never happened. So that should just let you know how people out in this world are. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody feels this and feels that. Like my man said, you form your own opinion when you go watch the movie. Don't let people give you an opinion, not even us. Go see it for yourself, and you decide on whether this movie is good or bad. And please comment below. Now,
let us know.
You know. Okay, so my man, do you mind hitting us with the QOTD?
Yes, sir. As always, we love to leave y'all with some nuggets, make y'all feel good, and, boost the confidence and the morale of our team and our hangers. So for our quote of the day, if you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden.
I love it. Exactly.
You deserve it all.
Keep your eyes on the prize. That's right. Stay focused on what you need to do and where you need to be going. And yes, the world is a garden. You know what I'm saying? And you can just pick pretty flowers along your journey. Absolutely. I love it. And
beautiful stuff.
And as we always do right around this time, we never leave you without this.
Forget that mantra.
Hey.
That mantra.
It's not the quality of people. It's the quality.
What is it? That's right.
Please don't forget to turn on your notifications. Hit that like button. Like. And please subscribe. All right, y'all. All you hangers out there, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Enjoy your Black History Month. Peace.
Toodles.